Alright, I just got back from Winnibigosh today, and it's a beautiful warm day back here, and hardly any snow, unlike up there where we dealt with it all week. 2 feet of snow, 3 feet of ice, but slush. Winnibigosh was out of the question. We tried fishing it Tuesday night, the first night, and all we did was get stuck and have the plow trucks come out and plow us out, and we had to pull them out. And I got a ton of video of all week long. We had one really good day on Wednesday, then it kind of slowly tapered off. I think the fish just weren't that active, and we were limited on where we could go because you couldn't get in anywhere. We went to two other different lakes the rest of the week. Did really well on Wednesday, and it kind of tapered off from there. But there we were limited. We were stuck every day. Somebody got stuck at least once every day. We could get on the lake, but then you couldn't venture around. Slush, snow, then super high winds, ridiculously cold weather, 0 with 30-mile-an-hour winds, and then snowed on top of that where you couldn't see anything. It was just kind of a brutal trip. Still fun. I love that part of the trip. The hanging out at the cabin. It's nice to have nice, comfortable cabins there at Nodax. When we come back in, undress and just can relax. TV, recliners, there's enough beds. It's really, that part of the trip is really great, and it always is. We have a great group of guys that go with, and I'm lucky enough to go with these guys, and hopefully we continue to go every year. Eventually Parker can go. Leroy's taking Logan already. I think Landon next year, so it's a perfect trip to have the kids go up there when conditions are right. I guess make it better, but we've learned that we're gonna take four-wheelers for sure, or snowmobiles would have been perfect this year, or a UTV with tracks. We saw those out there this year, and they're just going wherever they want. They just kind of float on top of the snow. So my goal is to get tracks on the UTV before next winter, because we can use it during spearing, maybe in the marsh where we hunt, Winnibigosh, whatever. And it's just, they're kind of expensive. I have to save up, and but I'm gonna try and get them. But some of the stuff we used, I did the same type of jigs. I always like these chain jigs. I bought a couple. I think this is the Perch talker or something, and I'm not sure what that one is, but that's what I did. The best day I had, I used this Tingler thing. I don't think it mattered as far as color, size. I know Brent was using his big Swedish pimple for a while there, and it seemed like everybody had something different on, and even different color. And sometimes with a minnow head, sometimes without. I caught a lot on my slip bobber again with just a full minnow. I had missed a ton of fish, and I caught a lot on there. And then when it was so cold, my heater went out, and I lost propane. Or the propane went out, I couldn't get the bobber unfroze, so I just used a straight dead stick, straight line, and caught a bunch on that while I was jigging in the other hole. Another chain jig I used. But yeah, it was so cold that we had to hide in our shanties all week, basically. And you want to move around a lot. That's the key. Our first couple years we went there, the first year especially, you get to a spot and you would automatically drill 10, 15 holes, set up, and then you just cold pop. And so we have 8 guys that spread out in a big area. You could find a fish, zone in on that area. This year, it was so cold and windy. We're in our pop-ups. They're so heavy, 200-300 pounds you're dragging. It was a lot of work to get through the snow and the slush. So you really didn't want to move that much. So you kind of camp out in a spot and just take what you can get. And just with walking out, parking the truck and walking from there, it was a struggle just to get 50 yards or whatever. So a couple days we walked a long ways, and it was just really difficult to get back to the trucks at the end of the day. You didn't want to do it. So we camped out in the spot. I moved like 2 or 3 times during the day, which is, usually I'm moving 50 times in a day. But we did catch fish, so we just kind of hung out at them spots. So we had it was so cold and windy, you always had the shanty up over you. So you had the heater going all the time to keep your holes unfroze and keep you warm because you're sitting there all day. So I went through a lot of propane tanks. I think this is that big buddy heater, which is great. I mean, you put the 2 burners on, you can't even hardly stand it in there. It gets so hot. So I just used the one, but if you're using it the whole day, it takes 2 tanks. I ran out that one day, and I didn't want to go back to the truck to get more propane. So I just stuck it out for the last couple hours, which is fine. But so I was switching it out, taking 2, 3 every day. So that was what this thing really saved me from filling your own tanks at home. I think I did a video on it. I don't know if it's out there yet or not, but You just hook this onto the propane, the 20-pound cylinder, turn it upside down, screw this onto the tank, and you can fill your own tank. So I think Leroy did, a bunch of the guys did it themselves, so we had tons of tanks. I got buckets full of them over there from over the years. I just keep refilling them, and we took a lot of tanks, and this thing worked really good. Maybe I would take a 20-pounder next year, or a 5 or 10-pounder. That would last, all day, a couple days for sure, instead of lugging all these around. But in the meantime, I'm still going to keep filling up with these. So yeah, the heater, we had to lug that around. Of course, my Vexilar, you wouldn't fish without it. I don't know how they did years ago, but they didn't have them. So I guess you don't need it, but that way you see fish down there and you know what's going on, and it gives you a little confidence, I guess, to keep fishing. The lures, we going over the Frabill minnow bucket here. I love it. It's that big one. It's almost too heavy. I mean, once it's full of water and minnows, but I kept that right in the shanty. And then the best part about it was at night, I would plug this in out on the deck and it would run. It takes 2D batteries, and those probably don't last a full day if you're gonna run it all day. You don't need to run it all the time, but we would dump like almost all the minnows into here because it's so big, and I let that run at night, and then we just take out of that in the morning. Doesn't come with this when you buy it, the AC adapter, but so I bought that before we went. It comes with the cigarette lighter one, and then obviously the batteries, but this is great. I really like that, and it helped a lot having that aerator going all night long to keep them, because we use a lot of minnows. We get them at night when we take our fish in to get clean at the resort, get what minnows we need for the next day, and then they stayed nice and alive in that. Then again, I had my 40-volt Strike Master, which was amazing again, but I didn't drill even nearly as many holes as I did the last couple of years, so the battery never died. I charged it, I think, one time. Just because of the cold weather, it seemed to drain it a little bit, but we were drilling through, 28 inches of ice, I think I measured. So it definitely worked really well, and it's so light because I was dragging my shanty, and then I could just carry this in my hand because I had the shanty full. I sometimes lay this on top, but that was just more weight in the shack to drag around. So a lot of times I just carried this while I moved. So it's nice and light, worked really good. These boots I want to talk about. I bought these a couple years ago. I mean, they look huge, but they're really not that heavy. The best part about them is on the lake, I'm probably 2 or 3 inches taller with these boots when I put them on. So it keeps you that much farther off the ice. My feet always get cold no matter what I do. I'm just one of those guys, my hands and feet. These boots, my feet never got cold once because you're still sitting in the shanty and your feet are on the ice all the time. The other guys had the rubber boots, the muck boots, and it seemed like their feet were getting cold all the time. They're using foot warmers and putting them by the heater. My feet didn't get cold once, and I never put it on the boot dryer at all the whole week. So they don't like absorb the moisture in there where it stays wet. They must breathe really well. Super warm, super comfortable, and I would definitely recommend these. But that's just a brief overview of the stuff I use. Pretty simple. I mean, by no means an expert at ice fishing. We ice fish, but not like a lot. I don't get out much, but I have enough equipment to make it comfortable, and you learn a little more every year. Like I said, if I had chains in my truck this year, that would have been nice, but the old ones don't fit that for my old truck. I'll probably try to put a link in the description for, like this, I don't even know what it's called, but you can find that online. Maybe the minnow bucket, the drill, the heater, I don't know. Whatever stuff we use, I could put a link in there so you can click on it and just check it out for yourself if you ever want to use that stuff or buy that stuff. So yeah, that's it for this stuff, and we're gonna have like 5 videos come out. This will be the first one. I'm gonna do a video for each day instead of having one long 45-minute video. It'll break it up a little bit, maybe make it a little more entertaining and easier to watch instead of sitting there for 45 minutes. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos, and thanks for watching. Each year in mid-March, our group known as the Jawjackers depart from south central Wisconsin and make the long journey to northern Minnesota. We end up at Nodak's Resort on the south shore of beautiful Lake Winnibigoshish. We brave the ever-changing weather and lake conditions in search of the majestic Lake Perch. We have some good days, some not so good, but it's always an amazing experience with a great group of friends. And in my mind, that's what it's all about. This is our 2023 adventure. Brent's out there, hole jumping. Well, we made it to Winnibigosh. Ish. It was a beautiful ride up, like usual. Perfectly clear, calm day. We got here, and it's windy. There's a lot of snow, and we're at our first spot here. We can't get off the road too far. He's plowing a road for us. We're just gonna see what we can see here, see if we can get any fish, because we're very limited. The roads are very deep with snow and they're blowing in. That's pretty sweet. Is that one right there, that blue?
No, so that's a bait, that's a bait.
Oh, okay. How far out? Is it straight down then?
So this is, yep, it's in down mode. So this is 0. This is 8 foot that way, 8 foot that way.
Oh, I see the 8.
You know, so it makes,
yeah.
You know, when you're in forward mode, then
yeah,
you pan out and around, but you still got to spin it. But when you're in forward view, you know, if all of a sudden there's a school of fish out,
yeah,
40 feet, I can actually watch the drill come through the ice on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it like a cone then you're looking at?
It's fairly narrow cone.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like I got these holes drilled, like this one back just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got it set now where I can see both of them.
Oh yeah.
But sometimes, but
yeah,
you can see the fins on the fish normally when they come in. So.
Yeah. Well, that first day out here didn't pan out very well, right? What did we get? Well, he didn't fish at all. Here comes Brent. What do you want? We're doing a video.
We gotta go up there tomorrow.
Are you serious?
That's definitely Perch.
Oh, really?
You can see him on the Panoptics.
So anyways, the first day was terrible, right? We only had, what, 2 hours? And we marked a few, but how many did we catch?
I caught 6.
No, fish.
6
I mean fish.
Beer cans here.
Yeah.
These push lights.
It's brutally windy. The roads are blowing shut. We might have to call for a plow maybe to get us out of here. But Brent marked some fish a little deeper, but maybe tomorrow, right? I don't know. Different lake.
I say we just call it.
We might go home. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's only the first day.
Let's go to the bar.
But it's not very promising.
Up high.
Day 1. Already going good.
side more.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we can get through out where there's no.
I know. I know we could be like out here tomorrow if it's not plowed.
No, this year's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, this is soft right now, but if you don't keep your momentum, you're not.
Yeah.
Easy. The stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how good the footage looks.
You're probably laughing at my truck going sideways today, weren't you?
That's why I said, look at these sideways.
I was like, hold her to the wood, otherwise we're getting stuck.
Yeah. I can't believe it blew in that much already.
This is.
Tomorrow it would be totally covered.
Yep.
Oh
We're
yeah.
gonna have to plow, otherwise we're screwed.
Holy crap. So this is like 2 hours after he plowed it.
It might be better to not take the road.
That's why
That's what I mean.
try this.
But these guys, I don't know.
Well, I got. If we keep moving.
We can try it. I mean, we'll be fine. I don't know about you guys though.
Well, either way, it will be behind you, this way or that way.
I mean, we can continue down this. I'm just not gonna go as aggressive.
Either way, we're gonna.
Yeah, they're blowing in like immediately. Elvis had to back up to get his shack. He fell off his deer carrier, so he had to back up 1,000 yards. But it looks like it's blowing in already. We gotta get off of here. It looks like he's in a boat.
He was in a boat, or he is in a boat.
Shit.
See the front? It's a V-hull.
Holy
deep
crap.
that is.
Yeah, we weren't driving through that. Oh yeah.
Oh
wow.
Oh my god.
He's almost to us. He's like, you dumb fucking idiots.
I'm so sick of plowing you guys from Wisconsin.
Well, yeah, but did you hear Tyler? He goes, we didn't really plow anything until just recently.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, we wouldn't screwed.
Yeah.
See why it would take a while to plow a mile?
No kidding.
Well, if you go through new stuff, it's probably not bad.
Holy shit! Look at that bang.
Watch when he hits
He's going through those big fucking.
Yeah, and I think he's busting through that old snow now.
Watch when he hits this.
Oh, right up and over it. Don't get stuck.
He was moving, but I think he can't get turned. Yeah, he was scraping through those old drifts.
Huh?
Jonathan over there?
Yeah. Can't turn around. Uh-oh. See, why did he just... Oh, fuck. They need, like, chains or something.
You pull him this way, you think?
Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have to bet you we can, huh?
You want me
I
to
think we
spin
could-
you back around or what?
I think if we hook down to the ass end and pull it this way,
Yeah, I guess.
I think it'll slide, right?
The same thing we did last time.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I fucking hate snow.
You're probably sick of it now. And then what? So we get it this way, then what?
I would.
Can you get,
I'd go straight up, push this down, and make that loop. Turn around.
make the loop, come back the same path?
Yeah, I'll try and follow her straight out.
Let's go perch fishing, they say. Right there.
Fucking Brian. You knocked on the window. Right here.
So you make a path so you can get in here. Now I can't see out.
Excellent.